Definitely feels a lot more gloomier in here. Just getting the vibes.
You'll tell me this instant if there's truth to these rumors. You will tell me if this portal exists. This could be my one chance to get home.
What part of sealed don't you understand? The Shadow put a hex on the lift. Perhaps if we had the key you managed to lose.
Here we go again. I told you before, Lord Set would never allow the skeleton key to enter the city. There must be another explanation.
Well, by all means, explain it to me. Just be sure to use small words. I wouldn't want you to strain yourself.
So funny.
You arrived just in time. I don't know how much more of Devaith and Varuni's bickering I could take.
What's happening now?
It's as I feared. The Shadow breached the Cognitum Centralis, Lord Set's seat of power. If it reaches the core, if it removes Lord Set from the throne aligned, we can't let that happen. You should steel yourself for the battles ahead. We arrived too late. As soon as the Shadow of Sotha Seal claimed the skeleton key, it slithered into the fundament and sealed all the doors leading to the Cognitum Centralis. Fear and Varuni tried to break the seal. You can see how that turned out.
Are there any alternative routes in the Cognitum Centralis?
None. Lord Set designed the Cognitum to be virtually impenetrable. Even so, these whispering shadow cultists move through the city unhindered. I don't know how. Perhaps if we discover how they navigate the city, we can use that against them.
The shadows of the Seal used a pool of darkness to escape the Incarnatorium.
I crossed staves with an Argonian mage once. He could leap through shadows, crossing long distances in seconds. Maybe that's the answer? Shadow portals of some kind? We need more information. Inside perspective.
How should we go about doing that?
I have an idea. Full disclosure, you may find this eerie. I suspected that Gascoigne's brain might contain some useful information, so I ordered a factotum to mine it. Speak to the clockwork clinician in the East Wing. Maybe it found something.
What in his... What? Mind?
Yes, it's an incredibly useful procedure. One of our apostles created the anamnesic extractor to act as a kind of cognitive therapy for residents struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts. The results were mixed.
So now use it to mine information out of dead people.
Only in cases where the deceased requests it. Or when a traitor tries to sell out the city to Daedra. You did kill him for that, remember? This is the surest route to the truth. We can debate medical ethics after we've prevented the apocalypse.
What is the Cognitum Centralis exactly?
The heart of the Clockwork City, Lord Set's seat of power. He spends his periods of seclusion there, sculpting the future, as the saying goes. Very few mortals have ever stepped foot inside.
Have you ever seen it?
Once, and only for a moment. Truthfully, I didn't enter with a pious heart. A story for another time. All I can tell you is the Cognitum exists at the center of, well, everything. It's the axle that spins the wheel. You'll see, soon enough.
Are you sure he's even there?
He has to be. If he were on Artaeum, the city would be locked in slumbering mode. Less light, slower manufacturing, reductions in factotum services. But everything hums and cranks as it should. He is definitely here, and his shadow knows it.
What do you know about the skeleton key?
Only what I read in the Imperial Histories as a student. Our libraries don't carry any literature on Daedra or their relics. I argued against the ban, but the Congress wouldn't budge. They don't understand how dangerous these creatures can be.
Well, what do you know?
Daedric princes litter the world with profane relics. Artifacts meant to corrupt or ensorcel the greedy and weak-minded. Hermaeus Mora offers a book. Periite grants a shield. Nocturnal is more generous. She provides a mask, a bow, and a key.
The skeleton key.
Exactly. Scholars say the key can open any lock, regardless of its complexity. Some say it can unlock gates to other worlds, or even open metaphorical doors. I don't need to tell you how dangerous that power could be.
So the shadows of the seal seeks to unlock the center of the Clockwork City.
I think it may go even deeper than that. Lord Set modified himself extensively over the centuries. I think the Shadow may try to unlock Sotha Seal himself.
It's comforting.
Why must I always surround myself with soft-headed zealots? Why? Oh, come now, I don't mean you. I'm talking about Varuni. Pity. I really quite liked her before she started talking.
What's going on here?
Your gentle friend suffers from some very serious delusions. The Shadow managed to seal every entrance to the mechanical fundament, and, by extension, every entrance to the Cognitum Centralis, Sotha Seal's inner sanctum.
How do these seals work?
Honestly, I have no idea. I tried to reach out and get some sense of it through Psijic projection, but I found nothing. Just a cold lack. I hesitate to admit it, but this Shadow's magic is beyond my ken.
What should we do?
Talk to Luciana. She's been remarkably quiet throughout this whole ordeal. She may have a plan.
By the gears, this Devaith fear is just insufferable. Honestly, how do you put up with it?
It's not easy. What's going on here?
Just arguing for the most part. Lord Fear has a difficult time with constructive criticism. The Shadow locked us out of the Cognitum Centralis. Instead of exploring sensible mechanical alternatives, Fear's been firing off destructive spells.
And they haven't worked.
Of course not. And what's worse, he's spitting out all kinds of blasphemous conspiracy theories. That kind of talk doesn't serve anyone. Something about the skeleton key? I told him, Daedric artifacts can't enter the city.
He's actually correct. The Shadow took the skeleton key right from under it.
It did? That doesn't make any sense. Daedric artifacts are profane illusions. Sotha Seal would never let something like that into the city.
You might need to rethink some of these.
I just need to think. Go, talk to Luciana. I think she might have a plan.
So let's go talk to the clockwork clinician.
By Set's will, I am bound. Greetings, resident. What do you require?
I need to speak to Gascon.
Reflecting. Permissions registered. I completed the cognitive archival process, and data retention is within acceptable parameters. Unfortunately, my current talk plug storage quantity equals 0. It must equal 1 for vocal emulation to proceed.
So you need to get me a talk plug. Where can I find one of those?
Malfunctioning skeevatons often appropriate tools and components from this chamber. You may wish to search the eastern quarter of the fortress. Skeevatons often accumulate there and place reclaimed scrap in piles. I apologize for the inconvenience.
So I need to find a talk plug. Very helpful.
I am pleased to meet you.